gives me great joy to welcome all of you to this Behtar India Students Conclave. So Behtar India is a very unique campaign on its own, which has gone on to prove that if we give you, our children, any cause to take up, there is no way it is not going to succeed. This conclave is a celebration of all that we have achieved in the last 5 months in this campaign, and each one of you is a part of this today, and thank you so much for this overwhelming attendance to this conclave. So this session is really going to be special, but Amitoj will explain you very briefly what is so special about the session we are getting into.
All right, you might think about this one person that we're going to bring on for this particular session as, well, somebody you're familiar with, but do you really know him? That's the big question. What we know is that he's very intense.
He's intense, but he's also a lot of fun.
All right, okay, and he is also a superstar.
And do you know, he's Behtar India's campaign ambassador, 1, 2, 3, Sushant Singh Rajput!
Guys, for taking out time. Thank you so much for participating in such large numbers, and we just take it from here.
Yeah, all right. So, Sushant, the Behtar India campaign, I want to start by talking about you and the Behtar India campaign, because when you talk about India, you think about the time when we didn't really think about cleanliness, we didn't think about hygiene and all of that. And now we've come a long way with all the movements that are happening, and particularly this one.
Sure.
And you've come a long way too. So in that context, how do you look at
cleaning
this?
myself up? Yes, of course. I think it is the concerns that we are addressing are very, very important and immediate. Also because at this point of time you're thinking, why are we the way we are, and we are addressing that, and then carefully taking out things that we need to work on.
Yeah.
And the most important thing, which I feel is very, very innovative, and thanks NDTV for it, I think it's a very good setup. I think it's a non-zero sum setup where individually you can use your skill and compete, but at the same time what you do is, as a team, the whole is much more than the sum of its parts. So everybody is benefited.
How was Sushant Singh Rajput as a student, right? Were you academically brilliant, or were you a backbencher, or you were good in sports? I know you were a genius in physics.
And maths.
And maths. Oh.
That's
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
I said the sum of all the things and I lost.
These are 2 heavy words.
I feel guilty while saying that I was good in maths, because not many people like it.
There's a lot of pressure on kids, these cut-offs, and so you are somebody who actually chose to drop engineering out to pursue acting. There are a lot of students watching you. We don't recommend that at all. But you are super successful in what you're doing. What is the message out? You would like to ease off a little. What is the message out to students?
I think it's my personal opinion, and I might be wrong, but this is what I've felt, that I was lied most of the times. I was told that, you know what, be number 1, number 2, and you'll get acknowledgement, you'll earn a lot of money, and that is success, and that will be the answer of all your problems. But what I got to know was, when I started having it, after a point, say, what do you call that, point of inflection or something? Yeah. So after that point, that I became so immune to it that it was not giving me any kick. Right. So I think it's extremely important, very, very important. I just beg you guys to listen to me at this point of time. Just identify the thing that you actually like doing. If you can be successful in something that you don't like doing, and I think you will be extremely successful in things that you actually like doing.
Neeta Arora, does that name ring a bell?
Oh yes, yes, of course. She was my teacher.
She was your maths teacher.
Yeah.
And Miss Neeta Arora is here with us in the audience. You taught him maths, right?
Yeah.
Was he as good as maths?
Yes, he was very good in maths, and very quick in answering.
See,
yes, he was very good.
Okay.
And very shy also.
So you have any childhood memory, ma'am, of Sushant? कुछ ऐसी याद इनके बारे में जो आपको हुई इनके स्कूली दिनों से?
मैं इसके बारे में एक चीज़ बताना चाहूँगा. 11th और 12th में मैम ने मुझे मैथ्स पढ़ाया और इस समय जो था मैं और बहुत सारी चीज़ें एक्सप्लोर कर रहा था.
अब आपको ये पता नहीं मैम क्या बोलेगी, मैं पहले ही फॉरवर्ड दे दूं.
तो और बहुत बैक बेंच पे मैं बैठता था.
Right.
और बहुत समय में मुझे बेंच पे नहीं मिलती थी क्योंकि मुझे बाहर कर दिया जाता था क्योंकि मैं इतना शरारती था. लेकिन मैं मैथ्स में अच्छा था. मैथ्स में अच्छा था.
It was very good.
I
अच्छा,
had
अब
my
आप
numbers,
बताएं
sorry.
एक्चुअली क्या याद है इनकी जो आपके पास है.
No, he used to ask good questions whenever we are discussing mathematics, okay? And really witty.
Which is a very, very important thing. Somebody told me that answering questions limits you. You should come up with better questions.
That was very good.
So that was good.
Without interaction, maths is not possible,
Right.
and he was good at that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. A lot of them who have been performing brilliantly well in Behtar India. So we want to give those students a chance to ask Sushant a question of their choice.
My question is, celebrities campaigning for a cause actually makes people sit up and listen. So how can other celebrities create awareness to preserve forest cover in urban areas, for example, IML colony?
I think as we speak, is like the last figures I've got was we are losing 1.5 acres of good rainforest every second as we speak. We should be happy that we are addressing this issue. It's a very, very issue which has an immediate repercussion. Yeah. This kind of setup where these celebrities can come and say something and they have an audience to listen, they can use that platform to say something sensible like this. And I'm expecting that more and more celebrities would come and join hands.
So plastic is a major source of environment pollution in this world. There is a need to remove plastic. What guidance would you like to give us regarding this issue?
Number one is to address the issue. Number one is to create awareness that this is such an important issue. And then I'm sure that the way technology is taking this geometric progression every year and we are coming up with such great innovations, we can think of something which can fix this issue. But the most important thing is to address and understand how important this issue is.
As the ambassador of Better India, what do you think people should do to take this campaign further? And one more question, what's going to be your next movie? Because I'm surely going to watch it.
Okay. So first of all, we need to make sure that we carefully choose the things that we need to think about. And I think if we do that, number one or number two would be this issue that we are addressing right now. And the moment we address or actually punctuate that thing is when more and more people would come and take steps. And that is the beginning, I think. That is the first thing that we need to do. So there are issues that are, the figures that I was going through, and I was scared. Like the kind of natural resources we have been using, we are using 50% more than what it is. So basically, at this point of time, we need 1.5 Earth, which unfortunately we don't have. And that is the thing. 70% of the water, surface water, is heavily contaminated. As I said, 1.5 acres of rainforest. Every second we are losing it. So this kind of thing we have never ever experienced before. So it's like a very unknown problem that we have. We don't have a solution till now, but I think it's high time that we identify and notice this problem. And the second question is my next
movie?
film.
Yes.
My next film is Drive. And
What is it about?
It's about flying cars and looking good.
Whoa.
And also there is another film that I'm doing, and it's called Chanda Mama Dur Ke, and for that I was in NASA recently, and I play an astronaut in that film. I'll be the first Indian to land on the moon. So that's a good thing. My friends back in engineering college, they always wanted to go to NASA. They finished their engineering. I'm a dropout. They went to they went to all the grade B schools and all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
So, actually I had
And I made sure that I called them up and I said that, oh, too bad you didn't go, I'm in NASA.
So I'm Sahat Podar from Indus, and what impact have you given to India or to create a better India?
Anything that has to do with sports and entertainment, people have a tendency to give attention to them. And I think we can learn the importance of this kind of a response, or probably the kind of effect that we have, and we can use it to good use.
Sir, so what I would like to ask you, how much do you feel we have come? Like how far we have come and what is the road ahead?
I think it's too early and it will be too full of self-obsession that we start measuring the improvement that we have made. We are still thinking of making improvements, and this is a wonderful initiative that we are actually, we have the data, we have made drastic improvements in the last few days, but having said that, it's a long way to go. And we have to be extremely consistent, extremely focused before we find some time to measure the improvement that we have made. It's a long way to go.